Alright guys, so since a lot of people seem to do this every Halloween, I decided, you know what, why not do one as well? I'm going to be reviewing a horror movie for Halloween. This is going to be my Halloween special. And this year, I'm going to be reviewing a horror film that a lot of people consider the best horror film of the decade. So, let's talk about that movie, and let's see if I agree that it is the best horror film of the decade or not. The Babadook. The Babadook is a 2014 Australian horror film, and it's directed by Jennifer Kent, and it stars Essie Davis. And basically what this movie is Essie Davis, she plays this mother, and she has a child whose birthday is coming up, but they're going through all sorts of problems with this kid, because this kid's causing a lot of problems with other people, including his cousin Ruby. And basically, one night, he asks Essie Davis's character to read a story to him, and he gets to choose the book, and he chooses this book called Mr. Babadook. And basically, after they read that book, they find out it's a horror book, or it's a children's horror story, or I guess something along those lines. And then a bunch of creepy stuff starts happening, and the monster portrayed in the book, the Babadook, starts terrorizing Essie Davis and her son. Alright, so let's talk about the Babadook. So from what I've been hearing, a lot of people think this is the best horror film of the decade. They think it's really scary, a lot of tension, and basically it's better than The Conjuring and Cabin in the Woods and Get Out and some of my favorite horror films of the decade. So I was interested to see it, just to see where I stand with everyone else on this movie and see if I agree with them or not. And I will admit, there are definitely some things that were really scary about the Babadook, and some things that were really good about the Babadook. Starting off, Essie Davis. I cannot deny Essie Davis gives an excellent performance in this movie. She's definitely one of the better horror performances of recent years. So, yeah, Essie Davis overall I thought did a really good job in this movie. And I will admit, I thought the Babadook itself was actually really creepy. Like, when the creepy stuff starts happening, this movie turns into a horror roller coaster ride. It starts happening around the third act of the film, like 65 minutes in. It's 95 minutes long. About 65 minutes in is when it really starts to get scary, and when it does, it doesn't let up until the very end. And I thought that was really, really well done. I thought the camera work was really well done. I thought the direction overall was pretty good for the most part. Like, the way the movie's shot, the way it's edited, overall I thought was done really well. And I mean, like, a couple of the other characters in the movie, I don't remember who plays him, but what was the guy's name? Like, the one that Essie Davis sees haunting her, I guess the dad, I guess you can say. I don't remember who plays him, but I thought he did a really good job as well. And again, when the scares do hit, and they hit hard. Now, as scary as the Babadook is, once the scares actually start happening, everything leading up to that is a total disaster. And it makes me wonder, how does this have a 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes? And how do people think this is better than the Conjuring films, The Cabin in the Woods, Get Out, or You're Next, or other far superior horror films like that? Because that is something I will not understand. I thought this movie was so overrated. The first 60 minutes of the film are either really irritating or just really boring, because nothing really happens except for, like, there's like a few paranormal things, but it's, for the most part, it's just dream sequences. Honestly, like, that's where most of the paranormal, it's like it comes at night in a way, where it's just these random dream sequences that don't really play a significant part to the rest of the film. But my main issue with this film, oh my god, this this particular character, I wanted to hit myself in the head with a brick because he would not shut up. And I'm talking about Sam, the little kid, Essie Davis's son in this movie. Oh my gosh, he is so annoying. And he's so self-centered and so self-righteous. He thinks everything's all about him because it's his birthday and whatnot. And he thinks he should be the center of attention for everything. Like, kid, for God's sakes, grow up and realize that you can't always be the center of attention every time. This kid just does not get that, and it's so annoying and irritating. Like, I wanted the Babadook to come and just wreck him. I'm not even kidding. I know that sounds terrible to say, but that's how much I hated this kid. And honestly, it makes me want to have kids less and less. When movies do that, it's not a good thing. And yeah, again, the film's boring for the first 65 minutes. Nothing really happens. And there is one thing that Essie Davis does say to the kid at about the 52-minute mark. I was laughing. It was unintentionally hilarious, I thought. Like, I was just like, yes! Because just the way it came off to me was so funny. It had me laughing. But yeah, I just don't get why people think this is better than the It's not that scary for the first hour. And like, the first two acts, just nothing happens at all. Nothing happens. And I didn't think all the other kids were annoying. Ruby was annoying. The other adults were super annoying as well. But yeah, this kid just really brought down the movie for me. And of course, the decisions some of the characters make, I think, are just so stupid. Like, why did the mother decide to read the Babadook to her kid in the first place? That's what I want to know. Makes no sense. So overall, the Babadook, I don't get the praise for it at all. I'm sorry. I thought it was really dumb, really cheesy for the first hour. Like, again, the last 30 minutes I thought were really good, but everything leading up to that is just, what's the point? And the fact that the whole movie pretty much centers on this little annoying little kid is just something I cannot comprehend. So yeah, I can't say it's as bad as The Witch or It Comes at Night or anywhere on that level of how overrated it is, but nonetheless, this movie is still super overpraised. 98%, give me a break. And better than the Conjuring films, Get Out, or Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, no, not even close. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to give the Babadook a solid 40% rotten rating. That is a C-. Alright, so there's my review of the Babadook. Have you guys seen the Babadook? What did you think about it? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you thought of it. And again, if you disagree with me, that's okay. Like, I just find other horror films to be far superior to this one. So, yeah, I don't really have a problem if you disagree with me, but that's just how I feel. So, yes, again, if you've seen the Babadook, make sure to let me know what you thought of it down below. What is your favorite horror film of the decade? And what's your favorite horror film to watch on Halloween? Personally, for me, I would say The Conjuring or The Cabin in the Woods. Because, like, especially The Cabin in the Woods. The Cabin in the Woods just screams Halloween to me. I don't really know why, it just does. But, yeah, make sure to let me know down below what your guys' favorite Halloween horror films are. And make sure to subscribe to my channel for more reviews to come in the future. I originally was going to do a series of disaster movie reviews in anticipation of Geostorm, but I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. It may not. I've just been way too busy, guys, and I'm really sorry for that. School and a bunch of other crap has gotten in my way. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. And it's just so hard to work around. It was hard enough getting this review out for you guys. So I don't even know how I'm going to work a disaster movie series. So Yeah, I'm just going to warn you guys, there is a chance that the disaster movie series will not happen. I will still review Geostorm when I do see it, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more reviews to come in the future. And until next time, once again, my name is the California Cougar, and always remember, stay California cool. Peace.